Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Thursday. We are almost there. We have almost made it to the weekend. I hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. I hope you're rocking it out, whatever you have going on, goals, dreams, plans, hope, ambitions. I hope you're ready for the weekend because it's almost here. And apparently we're supposed to have some nice weather up here in Canada. I'm excited. It's finally, spring is finally here. I guess that groundhog-sized shadow. No clue what that means, but I'm excited for the nice weather to come. Quick update. I am in the finishing touches of putting together a weight loss course for beginners. If you are interested or you know of somebody that's interested in getting early bird access, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message. There's tons of cool stuff that comes along with that. We'll get you rocking and rolling. Today, what I wanted to talk about was a little bit about the end of the week, right? We have all sorts of, like I mentioned off the bat, goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and plans, and we really want to rock a lot of stuff out. And then, you know, the end of the week comes and you're just so beaten down and broken from life that it's like, when will it ever end? And you know, it can be really hard to keep motivation. It can be really hard to keep on keeping on. And that's where I wanted to come and give some tips that help me sort of make it through the week, right? Keep my motivation going. And I want to share them with you. Hopefully they help. Tip number one is to reward yourself. I love this one, and I made it first for a reason, I guess. We don't reward ourselves enough. We need to understand a lot. Yesterday we talked about going easy on yourself, and you know, life is hard. You know, everything that you go through on a daily basis is super hard, and it's not always sunshines and lollipops and rainbows and heaven scents and all that stuff. Sometimes we go through the ringer and we get beaten down and we get broken down to a point where, like I said, we don't actually know if it's worth it to go on. You know, it can be almost better to think that if you're not around, you know, life will get easier and whatever, right? But that's not the way it is, because you are awesome. And you keep going despite the fact that, you know, stuff gets in your way, trial, tribulations, life gets hard, and you keep going. And for that, right there, just for that specific reason, should be enough to reward yourself. The fact that you get up every day, right? You go to work, you make a living for your family to support them. You come home to love your family, right? You put in whatever time and effort you can in order to make yourself a better person, to lose a little bit of weight, to get a little bit healthier, right? So that you can do a little bit more with your family. So this is all stuff that you do that is not required, right? It's not asked for. Nobody comes up and knocks on your door and says, hey, have you eaten your vegetables yet? Hey, are you, any chance you're going to work today? You know, hey, knock, 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 you know, it's time to go exercise, right? Nobody does that. Nobody comes and kicks you out of bed to make sure that you're living life the way that you should, right? So that in itself, I think, is reason enough to reward yourself. The fact that, you know, you keep on keeping on in the face of adversity, and, you know, you tell struggles to bring it on because I can take it. That in itself, reward yourself, right? Understand that life is hard and you keep going despite the fact that it's hard. It doesn't really ever get easier. You just get better, right? So reward yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. Do something little. I love this one because a lot of times when we get boggled down and when we get overwhelmed and we start struggling and we don't really know what our, you know, our purpose is or what the point is, or, you know, this, that, yada, yada, blah, 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 right? So that's where I love just doing little things, right? So if we're trying to keep motivated with weight loss, right, we're going to do something little. We're just going to eat one serving of fruits and vegetables, right? Where we're just going to eat one piece of broccoli. One piece of broccoli. That's it. That's all we're going to eat. If we're trying to start an exercise routine, right? We're going to just start by walking around the apartment or around the house, right? Just little things that we can do. We're going to start maybe by parking one parking spot further away from the door at work, right? So that we have a little bit more of a walk to go. You know, the little thing, I'm trying to sleep more, right? So I'm going to go to bed 5 minutes earlier or 10 minutes earlier, right? Nothing too extravagant. Everybody can go to bed 5 minutes earlier than you did the night before, or 10 minutes earlier, right? When you start talking about half an hour, 2 hours sort of thing, it's like, okay, well, I don't really know if I can accomplish everything I need to in that specific amount of time. Sidebar on that, if you do start giving yourself a time limit, your brain will start to work faster than the time limit that you give yourself. So if you give yourself, I'm just throwing laundry out there for a quick example. If you give yourself 10 minutes to fold laundry, it's going to take 10 minutes. But if you give yourself 5 minutes, it's only going to take 5 minutes, right? So just train your brain that whenever your time's up, that's it. You stop. Game over. Little changes, right? They can make such a difference. What did I read? 80% of your actions make up, 20% of your actions make up 80% of your results, right? So 80% of your results are going to be focused on 20% of your actions, right? What you do. So that's why we don't need to, if we're trying to lose weight, there's not a million things we need to do, right? There's a couple different things we need to do. We need to eat right? We need to move a little bit of exercise. We need to cut down the fast food, right? We need to maybe not watch as much TV late at night, right? These are all little things. These are all little things that we can do, that we can incorporate into our lives that will make a huge difference in the long run, right? So that's what I mean. If you're trying to go to bed early, you don't need a laundry list of things that you need to go to bed, right? You need to figure out a way to relax yourself. You need to maybe invest in a comfy pillow, some sort of blanket system, right? I heard that silk sheets aren't really that good, right? I don't know, side tip. Maybe you want to stay away from the silk sheets. You know, perhaps a fan, some background noise. I love background noise, and when I'm trying to sleep, I can't really fall asleep. It's just dead silence. I don't know. I need some background noise. But just little things, right? Little things that you know you can do, that you know you can incorporate. We're busy people, right? We don't have time to be incorporating this whole exercise routine, you know, making meals 3 times a day. Get the heck out of here. You know, going to sleep an hour, 2 hours early. Come on, who's got time for that? But little things that we can do to make a difference, right? We're busy people. We need to incorporate little things where we can, right? So that's why little changes will make huge difference in the long run. Number 3, so keeping motivation. Number 1, reward yourself. Number 2, do something little. Number 3, read success stories. I love this one because no matter what you're trying to do, there has been a plethora of people that have already done it. You know, if you're trying to lose weight, there's a million success stories of people that have lost weight. If you're trying to sleep earlier, there's tons of success stories of people that are trying to sleep earlier. If you're trying to just even get motivation to keep going on in life, there's tons of success stories that are just based off of motivation, right? People that found the motivation, they found the drive, right? The will to keep going. Success stories are huge because they just give you motivation, they give you momentum, right? They give you little tidbits as to what worked for other people. Maybe it doesn't work for you because we're all different people and there's not one clear-cut method for everything for everybody. So maybe their tips don't work for you, but you can definitely get some tips in order to incorporate it into your daily routine. Maybe you do a little bit of research as to what these tips are, you know, and then maybe you do the research on how to incorporate a variation of these tips, right? So maybe somebody said that all they eat is vegetables all day. I don't know, I'm just making things up. Don't only eat vegetables all day, please. But so where you're like, I don't know if I can do that. What we did actually, and we've actually done this a few times over the last little bit, is just put all of our veggies in sort of like a baking dish, and then we just put the dish in the oven, right? So we've got this huge trough of vegetables that we just cook all at once, right? And that way we can portion out meals throughout the week. And even for me to put my lunch together today, it only took me as much as grabbing a container, scooping out a scoopful into the container, and then that's my serving right there. So that for us, I mean, I can't speak for Tina, but I know for me, that's been a huge help, as opposed to just trying to find time to cook everything all the time. Meal prep is a huge one, right? You know, trying to find time to cook 3 meals every single day, that's nuts. So, success stories, right? There's a success story from me, right? That's the success story that I use, that, you know, it helps us to eat our vegetables, a little bit easier. So, you know, that, right there, that's a success story for us. And there's so many success stories out there for whatever you're trying to do. No matter what you're trying to accomplish in your life, somebody has done it, and you can get motivation from their story. Number 4, stay positive. I love this one. Don't be negative towards yourself. What was the one that I heard? If you think in positive terms, you will achieve positive results. And if you think in negative terms, you will achieve negative results. Whether or not that's true, right? We need to understand that if you're always constantly down on yourself, and you're always just, you know, you're dumb and you're fat and you're stupid and nobody will ever love you. And I mean, I'm just, like, just thinking about this stuff is just hurting my soul. It just hurts my soul that somebody would talk like that to themselves. And this goes back to my very first point as to, you know, life is hard. And there's always going to be a plethora of people that are around every corner that are looking to bring you down at every moment that they can. Because people, you know, what's the misery loves company, right? That's the saying. So people love to be miserable, and they love to bring other people down in their misery with them, right? So that's where we need to sort of rise above that. We need to just stay positive. I also heard something that your attitude towards people will determine their attitude towards you. So again, like, whether or not that's true, right? If you go into, you know, into the workplace and you start calling everybody stupid or idiots, right? Unless you have that type of relationship where you can just call people idiots, i.e. the boss, I guess, maybe. But, you know, even as a boss, right, that's not going to make workers want to work for you. And that's not going to make people want to talk to you, right? If you just come in and call everybody stupid right off the bat, right, nobody's going to want to talk to you about that. But if you come in and you're complimenting, you know, oh, dude, I love your shirt. Wow, Andrew, what a great pair of shoes you got. Oh, my God, Andrew, I love your hat. Oh, Andrew, what shirt you got on, right? Then that just makes people want to, right off the bat, it just makes people smile, right? So it makes people happier to be in, you know, to be around you. It makes them happier to be wherever they are. You know, I mean, let's get real here. Not everybody loves their job, right? And not everybody loves going to work every day. So we just do what we can to get through it. And that's why we keep a positive attitude, so that we can, you know, have people have positivity back to us, right? What is the golden rule? Do unto others as you would have others do unto you, right? So stay positive. Life's hard, and you're awesome. Just be positive. Talk positive to yourself. Even if you miss a day, that's okay. Everything is okay, because there's another day that you could do, and there's another thing that you could do, and there's another idea that you could come up with, right? There's so much to be positive about. Number 1, so keeping motivation. Number 1, reward yourself. Number 2, do something little. Number 3, read success stories. Number 4, stay positive. Number 5, make a list. I love this one, and I actually needed to say this one because I didn't actually used to like lists. And it has a lot to do with Tina loves lists, and she's got lists for everything. And then when you're done with all that stuff, she's got a list for that list. And I think part of that just made me want to not do it and not take any interest in it. And, you know, as weird and trivial and menial as that sounds, I think that's, you know, it was a little bit of a roadblock that I had to overcome. But since I've overcome it, I actually love making lists so much that I just put stuff on my list that I've already done just so I can cross it off, right? It gives you that huge sense of motivation, you know, reward, success, right? Everything we do in life is for reward, right? More often than not, we go to work so that we can get money, right? We have a family so that we can have the love and affection, right? We get a car so that we, you know, it's easier for us to get around. All the stuff we do for a reward, right? And so this is where making a list is huge, because you can just make stuff up to reward yourself, right? You just put stuff on the list, right? Brush my teeth, heck yeah, check. Made my bed, heck yeah, check, right? You just add stuff on there to just to motivate yourself to keep going. And you know yourself, right? So whatever you think, whatever you need to put on the list, right? You know, there's certain things in life that are non-negotiable, and that's why we need to write down those non-negotiables, right? There is certain things, and other than that, there is a lot of things that need to get done, and that's why we need to have our list, because we need to be able to check it off. When everything is in our head, this is one thing that I notice more than anything, is when everything's in our head, we tend to overthink. And we tend to, go worst case and then best case, and we tend to really think about things in a different way, and we tend to, just make it really awkward and not the way that it is. That's what I'm trying to say more than anything. So when we write it down, we can actually write it down as it is. Not as we're thinking about it, not as it might be, but as it is. And that way, we know exactly what we need to get done, and we can check it off as we go along. And I'm telling you, making lists is huge for motivation. Because like I said, you can just put stuff on there and check it off just because we've already done it. My last tip more than anything is essential oils. I love using essential oils for everything, and, keeping motivation, getting, finding success is exactly what essential oils are. And I wanted to start with a blend of oils called Motivate. This is a blend from doTERRA. This is what I love about doTERRA, is you can really tell what their blends do based on the name. So, right, Motivate, encouraging blend, it's called. So this one's got a bunch of oils that are great for, providing mental clarity, helping to uplift your mood, right? Helping to bring you back to that level sense, right? Another oil blend that I have here is Peace. And I love this one because every once in a while, and that's it, right? When we're trying to keep motivation, we're trying to do something, we're trying to accomplish something, there's going to be so many times where we just need, where we're just, we're out of our heads and we're caught up in everything, and we need, and we've got so many emotions flying around, right? That's where Peace comes in. It just helps you to sort of calm down, right? Relax your emotions, really bring you back to that sense of achievement, accomplishment, bring you on the road to success. And then my last blend is a blend called Passion, because let's get real here. Anything in life that we do, if we don't have some passion behind it, if we don't have some, a certain je ne sais quoi, right, behind it, we're not really going to accomplish too much. And everything's better when you put a little bit of emotion in behind it. So that's what I love. And that's what I mean. Like, I love doTERRA for the fact that they, you can tell exactly what their blends are used for based off of the names. You don't even, like, I'm not going to take Passion if I, or I'm not going to take Motivate if I'm trying to sleep, right? You can tell that. Maybe Peace I might try and take for a little bit of sleep, because that, will calm my, my nerves and emotions and stuff like that. That's all I got for you for today. I really thank you for joining me. I hope you got some value out of this. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils, or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, or if you would like a free sample of oils, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.